What is up, my fellow HHN obsessees, and welcome to the HHN Obsession Podcast, where we talk about all things HHN and obsess together over this amazing event. I am your host, JJ, and with me I have my co-host, James. What is up, James?
The sky currently, as for right now, it is.
And is it clear skies, James?
Yeah, pretty clear skies. Pretty good skies. Yeah.
Well, let's hope and pray that it's clear skies whenever we go to HHN. It's not pouring down rain.
It's gonna rain.
All right, what is up, everybody? And welcome to our hype episode for HHN32. We thought we would come on here and share our hype list for this year's event. It's a little weird for us because everybody has probably already made their hype list episode, but we don't see the event until the last week. So we are going to be a little behind on things, but we thought we'd still share our hype list and explain kind of what we're excited for. Once we see the houses, we'll of course do a review episode. But for now, I think we should just get right into it.
Yeah, and not everyone goes the day of. You know, this is still relevant for a period here. Like, there's a window of relevance.
That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, there's people that go anytime in October.
Last day, you know, maybe the first day and the last day exclusively. It'd be a waste, but.
All right, so yeah, we're just gonna go from number 10 and down, from our least anticipated or least hyped to our most anticipated or hyped. Would you like me to go first?
Sure.
All right. So unfortunately, my number 10 is kind of influenced by what I've seen online, unfortunately. For all the people that know, there's one house that has a lot of bad reputation compared to all the other ones. It's like a huge step down, apparently. So because I've been seeing that, it's kind of made my anticipation go down a little bit. I'm still excited for it, and that is Chucky Ultimate Kill Count. Unfortunately, I still want to see it. I'm still probably gonna love it. You know, there was houses that people hated in the previous years that we went that I loved. For example, Texas Chainsaw Massacre in HHN30. So many people had that at the bottom of their list, and it was like number 2 or 3 on my list. So it really all just depends, but I'm still hyped for it. But it's just a bummer that it's getting such bad reviews. Especially because of that meta aspect that they were kind of hyping, how, you know, Chucky was invited to Horror Nights to do the promotion, and then they showed him the house that they were building, and he was not satisfied by it. So he goes and kills all the people that work at Horror Nights and build the houses. And this is part of the house, by the way. Like, in the house, he's killing all the employees, and then he creates his own house and starts possessing all the dolls and stuff. So that's apparently the story behind it, but maybe the execution isn't there. I have no idea.
Pun intended.
Yes. So,
no, that is surprising. And you know, I see what you're doing, the balance between, like, you don't get influenced like super easily, but apparently something's going on.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I've seen so many people like just completely like bashing it, and it's crazy because all the other houses have gotten such good reviews. Even houses that are like number 9 on people's lists are number 1 on other people's lists. It's insane. But Chucky is very consistently number 10 on everybody's list.
And those are people that experience the houses.
Correct. However, there is a handful of people that I have seen that have been fighting for this house, where they have it at like number 5 or something. So I've seen plenty of posts that are like, Chucky is so much fun. You guys are just mean. That's why I'm not like totally like, oh, it's gonna suck. I'm gonna go in with a positive mind and hope for the best and hope I still like it, because a lot of times I'll still like a house even if people are not fond of it.
Well, I guess I might be in a certain minority here then. No,
Yeah,
no spoilers.
I I figured that our lists are going to be very different from each other.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what's your number 10, James?
Um, I have the Blood Moon Dark Offerings.
Mm. Mm.
Did you almost spit?
Yeah, I was taking a sip of water and I almost choked on it from that response there. All right. So interesting. What's any reasoning behind this?
Well, my process here was get my favorites in the top chunk and then kind of divvy the rest. I mean, that's not a full scientific method, but just based on what stuck out the most to me from our conversation,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I have some weird ones in some weird orders, but that's just what it was the last picked on the baseball team. I don't know.
Yeah, it's your least hyped. Like that's the one.
Yeah.
Like doesn't mean you're not hyped for it. It just means like out of all of
Oh,
them.
and you know what? I might have some pitches for some houses going down the line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a couple. I
What if
forgot where I put them.
we can make that an episode like pitch
Yeah,
house ideas.
I got a ridiculous one. That would be a cool episode.
Well, let me tell you something. We are definitely gonna have very different lists here. Just judging by that, I'll definitely talk about that house more when we get to it on my list. But
Okay. Is it vampires? I forgot.
it's cult. It's a
That's
blood.
right. It's
Yeah.
the cult.
Yeah. All right. So my number 9 could upset some people. I just don't have much connection to it. It's Dueling Dragons. A lot of people are loving this house. Apparently, a lot of people are putting it very high on their list, even number 1. It's just crazy. I've heard it's a beautiful house, and I'm very excited for this house. But out of all the houses this year, I had to put it at number 9 because I just don't know what to expect from it. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the fantasy aspect and just seeing what they do with the story.
So you are against experimentation, is what you're saying.
No, not not at
You
all.
are.
I'm just I don't know what to expect, and the unexpected is making me have less hype for it. However, I like I said, there's so many people that are giving such great reviews on this house, and this could be the house that goes down the list the most. It could end up in my top 3. I'm not ruling that out.
What happened to support your small businesses?
I don't even know what that means, James. This is not a small business here.
They're the underdog. The Dragons. They're like it's a dead franchise. It's not even a franchise.
Hey, I didn't put Blood Moon at number 10.
Yeah, that's my bad. I was kind of hasty here. That's my bad. The little Colts, I would have gave them a chance.
All right. So you're number 9.
I feel like I'm betraying some part of me,
Oh. Oh.
but I have the Yetis down at number 9.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
It's just it sounds more gimmicky than anything else.
Okay.
It
Okay.
sounds fun, but I can't give the hype, for horror to a fun little Yeti. I don't know. Like I'll buy all the shirts, I'll buy the Yeti Crew hat, but as far as hype,
Is it the setting or just the fact that these are just
it's more of a
you're
novelty.
you're expecting these Yeti costumes to just be jumping out at you basically? Is that what it
Well,
is
I
or
don't expect it to be bad. It's just the idea itself is kind of novel, kind of
okay.
jokey,
And that's
which I
fair. I mean,
like. I like it, but I don't respect it in this list. I might be mean.
no, I mean it's fair. I can understand that, but we have totally different lists. Oh, this is gonna be juicy.
I'll hug every Yeti. I have nothing against the Yetis,
Uh huh.
but spookiness kind of
Yeah,
low tier.
I don't think I don't think it's gonna be scary, but I do think that it scenically it's going to be cool, but we'll see. I don't
Yeah.
know. So my number 8 and number 7 are pretty interchangeable. I actually like just switched them just now. Man, I really wonder where you have this one. I'm guessing it's very different. Mine's very different than yours, but
Hmm.
man, I had to put Stranger Things at number 8.
Wow, number 8.
Mm-hmm.
The one we try to forget.
What?
Her sister, right? That was number 8.
Oh,
11.
well,
So you did forget. So that proves my point.
Jesus.
You
No, I
had her
mean
at
it's
number 8.
just I'm very excited for Stranger Things. It's Stranger Things 4, my favorite season. I'm just scared that they're not gonna, do it justice. There's a possibility of that because of what I've heard with
Yeah, I guess it's
this
possible.
the second house that they did. This is the same thing as I was saying earlier. I mean, this house has been number 1 on certain people's lists, and it's also been number 9 or number 10 on people's lists. So it's hard to judge how good it's going to be. But I mean, I just hope that they get all the scenes in that house that they need to. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to running up that hill and getting into the house.
Gross.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let it go already.
There's no
Get
Frozen house this year, James. I'm sorry.
it.
All right. So what's your number 8?
I had the Dr. Oddfellows Symposium or whatever it is.
God.
What was it? His
Uh,
Carnival of Carnage.
that's Jack the
So,
Clown, man.
Dr. Odd Scrumpet's Menagerie of Mayhem.
Oh no.
Dr. Oddfellows Barrel of Monkeys. I don't know. I
That's
forget.
that's what the house name is. Yes, Dr. Oddfellow's Barrel of Monkeys.
Dr. Oddfellows Lost Crumpet.
It's Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins.
Hey, that one. That's my number 8. My bad.
All right.
I didn't want to put him all the way down because I don't know what to expect from him, so I wanted to give him a kind of a chance. I put him mid tier, still kind of low because hype. It's what you're looking forward to. It's what you want. I don't know
Hmm.
if I want this. I don't
What
know.
about that circusy aspect of the house? Like,
Sure, it fits. It works.
okay, so I usually I don't spoil myself with like house walkthroughs. I don't watch any of that. I avoid that. However,
What'd you do?
I do watch clips of scare zones before I go, just because I don't really care about spoiling scare zones. I'm not going to spoil anything hardcore on here, but I'm just telling you that Doctor Oddfellow in his scare zone, I feel like you're really gonna like. He actually is mic'd, so he can actually interact with everybody, and it's not like pre-recorded sayings or something like the Pumpkin Lord last year.
Is it
Uh,
reminiscent of Beetlejuice because he was mic'd and it's sort of a fun house? It's not exactly circus, but
kind of, yeah, exactly like that. Or Chucky. Remember Chucky's Scare Zone? I was an actual
yeah.
mic'd scare actor. Exactly like the Chucky thing, where you can interact with him. So he has like a little stage show where he interacts with people, and then after the show, he'll just go into the scare zone and walk around and talk and like interact with people, and it's pretty awesome. Like I really think that Universal won with this. They finally created another memorable icon.
Right.
I think that house might go a little higher on your list once you actually get to encounter it.
So yeah, this is my number 8, Dr. Odd Squad's mod. That one. It'll probably be cool.
All right, so like I said, my 8 and 7 are interchangeable, but I had to put The Last of Us at number 7, mostly for the same reason. I'm very excited for it again, but there's just so many good things this year, good houses this year. It was just so hard to put these on a list, for me at least. But
Were you
I
influenced?
not really. I feel like, I mean, I guess in the way of previously their video game houses haven't been great. They did like a Resident Evil house and a Silent Hill house back in the day. Weren't reviewed well, but I have seen some great reviews for this, and I know the scenic in this house is going to be amazing. It's in the parade building. It's a big enough space to where they can build big sets and big scenes that it's going to be great. And something that I didn't mention in the previous episode when we were talking about all the houses was that the original voice actors of the game came back and recorded lines for the house. So I think that's awesome how they were able to get the same voice actors to come back
I
and
wonder
record
what they
lines
would
for the
be.
house.
I wonder what they'd be adding to it. You think it'd be like an add-on to the story, or like some part they didn't explore? Because what are they? They can't just reuse like the sound from the game files. Like what are the? I wonder what they're adding.
Maybe it's just like to fit the scene better in the house. I don't know. Or they could have just re-recorded stuff.
That's interesting. Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know what to expect with that.
Nonetheless, I am very excited for The Last of Us. It's going to be great. This year is just stockpiled with some interesting houses, and there's other houses that I'm really excited for.
That's not what your list order says, but okay. My number 7. I had the dragons there, the dueling dragons.
Okay, so not that far away from mine. Okay.
Not crazy far. It's a little higher. It's experimental. Like I'm saying, hype. It doesn't really feed into the hype description, but it'll be something new. It's worth it. I don't know. I have it up there. I gave it a shot. I don't know.
It is for sure going to be a pretty house. I just don't know what the scares are going to be like. One cool thing is that there is a split at the end of the house. And we did talk about that briefly. At the end of the house there is the option to choose fire or ice, and each path has two different endings. So you don't ever know which path is the winner for that night. So whichever one you pick, you could be on the losing side or the winning side, and I think that's really cool. And I'm looking forward to that part of the house, seeing how they pull that stuff off. So
Same.
I know, I know it's number 9 on my list, but again, still hyped for it. So
I'm most interested to see if like you have any free will in the house. Like, are they just gonna sort you, or like do you have any agency? Like, I think I'll pick this one. Is there like a on the way to the split? Is there like are they trying to sway you one way or the other? Is it gonna be
oh, that's a good point.
like are you deciding on the way? I don't know.
That's a cool thought. I've never even thought about that. If like the house is like made to like make you want to decide as you're going through it. Okay. They're
Something.
definitely not forcing you to pick one at the end of the house. You could pick whichever one. You're free for that. But as far as like influencing you, that's a cool idea or a cool thought.
And then if you think you picked right, and then it's like, ha, you picked wrong. I don't know. We're gonna torture you now or something. I don't know. What do dragons do? They torment.
All right, so my number
Number
6, um again, it was tough to put this house here, but I had to. Number 6 is The Darkest Deal. The idea of a musician selling his soul to the devil, that is kind of an old story, but I am excited for, you know, seeing how they adapted it. I've heard that this house is terrifying. I've seen a lot of reviews that saying that this is a scary house. So that makes me excited for it. And the fact that it's in one of those tents, they always use that space wisely and use it to their advantage. So
hmm
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Tenacious D like music videos in preparation.
That's your homework.
Yeah.
So you're not watching Supernatural, you're watching Tenacious D music
Heck
videos.
yeah. Oh yeah. All day. Nonstop. Okay, my number 6, right?
Yeah.
The Exorcism. I put him on number 6.
The
Mis-
Exorcist
Mr.
at
Exorcism.
number 6.
Oh yeah.
Did you do that on purpose for 666?
Yes, I did. Yes, that's why. I thought of that before this. Extra 666. I had my favorites clustered up together like like your favorites, squeezing them up like puppies or something, or like plushies. So
Hmm.
those occupied that space for me. And then I had the 5 and 6 more or less a tie, but 6 I have Exorcist because I'm not like an OG fan of Exorcist or anything. And growing up, Dad always said that's the one movie not to watch, and like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I didn't really want to in the first place, so I was like, okay, so I didn't. But then later you see stuff, and it's kind of funny, that the pea soup and stuff. I mean, I know, like with religion and like in our, the demon stuff is scary because like to a lot of us in our core is like, hey, that could happen. So exorcism stuff is like, don't even touch it. Nah, I mean the trailer looks cool, and the involvement with the trailer, interfering, and then people are getting like early access. Like it's cool. I mean, me, I have a separation because I'm not a direct fan. I respect it, and that's why it's higher up as far as being like indirect to my personal fandom or whatever.
All right, all right. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I'll definitely talk more about it when we get to it on my list. But yeah, I mean that's fair. And to be honest, that's a good number to put it at. Not even mad. My number 5 is Doctor Oddfellow's Twisted Origins. I'm excited for the kind of circusy sideshow aspect. The fact that that we're gonna be going to the after hours part of this circus sideshow, going like behind the scenes under the bleachers is like where we're gonna be entering. Apparently, is what they said. I'm picturing like these acts like brutally murdering the guests, like think about like a strong man and like his hammer, you know, like stuff like that, or like maybe a
Well,
contortionist like bending a corpse or something with it.
definitely.
I don't know, my mind is just wandering to like multiple different things that could
Yeah,
be
it's
happening in
a
this house.
it's a freak for all.
So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that aspect. I'm also excited to see kind of the origin story of Jack. I don't know how much Jack is involved in this house, but it has the creators of this house did confirm that he is in there somewhere. There is the battle between Jack and Dr. Oddfellow, and it's just also cool that we're finally getting an icon after what is it, 12 years, 12, 13 years. The last new icon was Lady Luck in HHN 21, and it's so cool that I'm finally getting to see an icon. You're finally getting to see a new icon, and the fact that he's getting good reviews and he seems like a really cool character. I'm just excited to see his story and his house. So I put it right in the middle, number 5, and I think that's a good
Yeah,
place for it.
middle of the road, pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
clean slate. Everything's fresh and new. Nothing's off the table, right? Because freaks fit into it, and I mean, there's just so much material
Mm-hmm.
they can work with. Middle of the road again, like the crossroads. My number 5, Darkest Steel.
Okay. So we were just
So
one off from each other.
yeah, crisscrossed.
Make you wanna jump, jump.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm sorry. Okay.
is that is that the song that they're gonna perform to the devil at the crossroads?
They're just gonna be blasting that in the house as soon as you you enter. As soon as you see the crossroads in the house.
That might be the wrong
Which
song
spot?
though, because with those hooves, goats can jump pretty good, and if you're half goat, pretty sure you got hops.
Oh, what are we doing
Anyway.
with our lives? Okay. Okay. Talk about this house. What do you think? What are you expecting? What are you hyped about? It's middle of the road for you. What are you thinking?
I want there to be a transitional part of the house where you like switch dimensions and you like enter a dark realm. Obviously, I don't know. I think I got high hopes. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna, if you're a bystander to the deal with the devil, or you yourself are immersed in it and you're surrendering your soul, or like fighting for your soul. I don't know what to
Mhm.
expect, but it sounds like a cool scenario.
I'm kind of picturing how, like, as a guest walking through the house, you're gonna be in the perspective of the musician, like you're the musician guy, and maybe the demon or the devil is following you. And demons can like possess people, right? And like shapeshift or whatever. So maybe it'll be different people in this bar that we're gonna be in. I'm almost picturing like supernatural vibes, like the show, but I don't know.
They got shapeshifters. They got it.
So my number 4 is The Exorcist
Hmm.
Believer, because I believe that this is going to be a good house, and let
Ugh.
me tell you why.
That's two off
um,
from mine.
so lots of people are saying that this is the scariest house this year. I even saw a video. I can't remember whose video it was. I apologize, but it was a vlog on YouTube, and it was opening night. So this YouTube channel had been invited to media night to be able to film the event and all that stuff. So they're given a free RIP tour with a tour guide that takes them through all the houses. So this tour guide tells them that that they think that it's the scariest house this year, right? And
Hmm.
then they proceed to start walking in. Well, the tour guide stands by the door and they go, "Aren't you going in with us?" She's like, "No. No, this house is way too scary."
The, the tour guide. So,
The tour guide said that.
so where's she gonna like say go this way, take a left? She's yelling over the walls or what? What's
No,
going on?
no, they're going into the house, and she's not going into the house. She's gonna go around to the exit and meet him there. And this
It's
is
part
during
of.
the event. This is not the daytime tour. This is
Oh,
so it's the actual haunted house. All I'm saying is this person works and is a tour guide, and they were scared of this. So, and another thing that there's just so many people had this at number 10 on their hype list. Like, because this movie hasn't come out yet, nobody knows what to expect. So the fact that everybody's giving this such great reviews and saying that it's gone over everybody's expectations is making me super super excited for it.
my number 4. I have Universal Monsters on there. I guess I have a loyalty to the monsters that I need them kind of high up there, and I'm glad that they're showcasing their assets. I just like Universal using their properties.
So
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say Universal Monsters is my number 3, just so we could talk about this together. So
Cool.
so yeah, I put mine at number 3. It just has a really good track record. All the Universal Monster houses have been really good. They really pulled them off well. And the fact that this is, the B team, it's Hunchback of Notre Dame, it's the Phantom of the Opera, it's the Invisible Man, it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. These are characters that we haven't really seen, besides the Hunchback making a cameo in the 2019 house. These haven't really been showcased very much, so I'm excited to see where they go with these characters for the house. I'm also excited for the locations in the house. It's in a parade building, so again, big sets. Uh, we're apparently going to go into the Paris catacombs. I
Yeah.
probably will never be able to see the Paris catacombs, so that's probably the next best thing is seeing a haunted house by
Yeah.
Universal of it. So
They put you there. That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm just glad they haven't given up on these guys. I mean, they've stood the test of time.
no, it's great. Yeah, it's just amazing. I can't say it enough. Like I have never seen a year where every single house except one is number one on people's list and at the bottom of the list. Like
I also
on
love
different people's list. It's crazy. So
I
yeah.
also love the Universal monsters because, as we all know, they are a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Or are we talking about
Because
The Tom Cruise Monsters universe?
I don't think they are. I don't know about them, but I think there's a Marvel Frankenstein and a Marvel Dracula floating around, like in Iron Man's backyard. because the Werewolf by
What?
Night was Marvel did Werewolf by Night a while back. So there's canonically monsters in the Marvel universe. At least the werewolf guy for sure, and then Swamp Thing. So I mean, on my Marvel package, the toys, and they used to have the comics back in the day, the Marvel comics with the monsters. You got Frankenstein and Werewolf by Night, and he's canon now. And you got all the other guys, Dracula, zombies, mummies. They're legit.
All right.
Um,
So since I said my number 3, it's your number 3 now.
right. I got Last of Us number 3
Nice. Okay.
because
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoyed the show, and I had only played it. Check this out. Sporadically, sporadically, like us.
If y'all could see the face I was making right now.
But
Oh no.
no, it reignited a love for the game that I'd only touched on sporadically, and then so I love the show, and then I started playing the game again after the show, like to re-experience it. And there's so much, it's so much juicier in between the main plots, but it's also different because like the show adapted it in different ways. It's all great. I don't know. So I have it at number 3. I almost had it at number 2, but I'll show
Mm-hmm.
you why. I'll show you why in a minute.
I mean that's totally fair. I mean, I don't blame you for it. I've been playing the game. I've been playing the game currently right now. I'm replaying it, I should say. I'm
Yeah.
not much of a gamer, but it's my all-time favorite game. I've never played a game as much as I played that one. And I did rewatch season 1 of the show, and I've now seen the differences. A lot of it's very, very similar, but there's very small things that they change, which I think is really cool. Like we said before, this house is based off the video game, which it doesn't really matter to me that much. I don't know if it's going to be that much difference, but
Hmm.
we'll see. We'll see if it shines more as a video game house. Okay, so have you figured out what my number 1 and number 2 are now?
I would have thought Stranger Things would be up there, but you put it in the trash. I'm sorry.
I did not. I did not put it in
No,
the
okay.
trash. I am still excited for it.
You got a
Um,
reason to be cautious. They screwed the pooch once, right? They did it before,
yes,
so
yes.
I got it. I get it. I'm
All
not
right.
sure what your number 2 and 1 are. I'm trying to.
It's pretty funny what they are compared to yours. My number 2 is
Wait a minute.
Yeti Campground
Ah,
Kills.
I was just looking at Yeti. I was like, no,
um,
you got
I
that way up there.
I'm just super super excited for this. I didn't or we didn't get to see the Yeti house in 29, and there were so many people that loved it, and I love a good 80s like slasher camp movie. Although this is 50s, but I still love that camp aesthetic, and just the fact that there's just going to be these yetis like terrorizing and tearing apart people possibly in, in the woods, and scenically I bet you it's going to be beautiful once again, and we're going to be in the forest, in the mountains.
This really is swapped because you have it way up there and I had it way down.
Correct, correct. But yeah, I
Man,
mean, it just to me it seems like a lot of fun. Yes, it is not going to be scary, but I feel like it's just going to be a really fun house to experience. I'm not saying this is going to be my number 2 favorite at the end of the event. This could drop, but as far as hype goes, I'm just hyped to see what this house is going to be.
they're going for cult classic vibes, right? Because we're talking about the last one that it was a surprise popular,
Mhm.
and here we are again, Yeti sequel. Yeah, I mean, if the first one does well and they bring it back, there's a reason. I see what you're doing.
I also haven't heard anything about it, but I still really hope that there is like an ET ride type of scent in this house, like the pine scent. And I also hope it's cold because it's Yeti, right? I hope it's a cold house. But
Well, that would be for a Yeti, but this is something else,
it's
right? It's like
Bigfoot. Yeah, they said it's
it's cut
Bigfoot. So
all the
I
cousin.
I found out why Bigfoot is apparently like trademarked, like the name Bigfoot or something.
Oh,
I think that's just what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, so don't quote me.
That's logged in as fact. It's too late.
Yeah. All right, what's your number two?
Man, I don't let nothing influence me. All right,
I know where this
I'm
is
like that.
going. I know where this is going.
I put her. I got Chucky, man.
Okay.
I'm s- I'm staying away from Chucky in a good way. Like you're playing with the fabric between realms. Okay, what if he pokes his head through? Like here's Chucky. He's gonna get you. He's for real now. It's real. That happens
Yeah.
all the time.
This is also totally fair because you don't pay attention to like the social media stuff. So if it was just like a Chucky house, yeah, I would be so hyped and it probably would have been much higher than what I have it at, of course. But the fact that I've just been seeing so many people talking about this house, it did influence me. So it's
No,
fair
I'm
though.
pure. I am free of influence.
But
I don't know.
I
I'm
will
still Team Chucky.
I will double
Well,
back on what I said though. It I'm going in with a positive mind that I'm still going to like this house.
tell me why
So
you're wary. What did you see?
just people saying that this house, like
The under
I've seen people in videos and like read stuff where they like basically say, "What in the hell was that?"
was it underwhelming or it just delivered something unexpected?
It was, I think, both like underwhelming and just not delivered properly, like very basic maybe.
So
I'm just hoping that these are people that don't get the meta-ness because
I never saw the last Jurassic Park movie,
Mhm.
but I did get fully spoiled of it, and from what I hear, they brought back the legacy characters just to run away from bugs, and then the whole movie was just running away back and forth.
Yeah.
And so they had so much potential, and they did this instead. Is the Chucky house? Is it doing that? Is like it's very promising, and then they focus on the wrong aspect of it or something.
Well, from what I hear, it's loosely based on the show. Like there is some stuff from the show in there, but it's mostly based off this original type idea where Chucky is killing off Universal employees in the house, doing it, and then
Yeah.
he creates his own house. It's kind of its own thing in a way, with some things relating to the series.
So that's the foundation is the series, and then this execution, whatever joke.
Yeah.
Um, it's taking place after the fact in our world, right?
Remember though, this house. The house's venue is the Fast and Furious ride. So maybe it's just cursed.
Yeah, that could be.
Maybe
Don't touch it.
people just don't like that area, this ride, so they're just like, oh, this is horrible. I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
there's an aura,
I just hope that they're not getting the meta-ness. Like one of the reviews I saw was that there's people in there like controlling Chucky dolls or like wearing like grown men wearing like Chucky costumes with like a bad mask, and I'm like, that's probably the meta-ness of the employees trying to make a house and the house sucked, right?
and they're like improvising now to make it better, or what?
No, like what you're seeing in the house is the bad portion of or that Chucky didn't like. So he got
Hmm,
upset.
the part that displeased him.
Exactly. So I'm hoping that's what's going on. Like you're supposed to get the humor in it and the meta-ness of it, and maybe people are not catching on to that enough.
It's supposed to be bad.
The first half.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
yeah.
Maybe you'll put this at number 1, James, on your final rankings.
Yeah, it's possible.
Not likely, but we'll see.
I was, I was treating Chucky with like a heaviness of like if it really is real, obviously don't go there and get killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
It,
so that's playful. Just the reality of it. To like, you know, if you think realistically, don't even jinx it. You know.
okay.
So what's your number one?
You ready for this? Number 1
Uh,
is your number 10. Blood Moon Dark Offerings is my number 1 most anticipated house. Uh,
all right.
that is why I was so shocked that you put it at number 10. And my top 2 are your bottom 2. So that's funny. So Blood Moon Dark Offerings. I am most hyped for this house because this house is apparently very scenically beautiful similar to Dead Man's Pier. And I loved that house last year. I thought it was absolutely amazing and gorgeous. And just the fact that in Dead Man's Pier, it looked like you were walking through a fishing village. Like you could see the other side of the house because they made it feel like it was all one village. So like you could
Mm.
see the other side of the house as if it were like a whole town. I'm pretty sure this is what's happening in here. I'm also very excited for just this. Apparently, this is the blood house. It's going to be very bloody. The cult aspect. I think this is going to be like the underdog. To be honest, this is another like influenced part of my hype list. I've just been seeing so many good things about it that I had to put it number one. If I didn't see that, this would probably be low because a lot of people had this low as well. But it's completely beaten everybody's expectations. So I'm stoked about this house, and it's in a sound stage, so it's going to be really grand, just like Dead Man's Pier.
It
So
sounds like aside from influence, like you're saying, like just the atmospheric aspect of it is what's putting it there for you.
yeah, the atmosphere and just the
And
look and I'm sure like the
and
cult aspect will be scary too, but
oh yeah, definitely. But the way they use the space and in the title itself, like you're talking atmospheric, like blood moon. That's like the whole sky.
mhm.
Sounds like they're gonna use it
Apparently the
wisely.
moon is seen throughout the house. Like you could see the moon throughout the house.
That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Like one moon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Blood Moon. I thought you were about vampires. I really should have glossed over this stuff again. That's my bad.
All right, so last up, your number 1. Is that Stranger Things?
Yeah,
Okay.
call me basic, but the first two seasons of Stranger Things are timeless, untouchable.
Mhm.
And then these last two that they're gonna do. I mean, three was pretty good. Four, they got to where they were going, but I think the creators their schedule was messed up somewhere down the line. They got too old, and that's just general consensus. That's not. I don't care.
Mhm.
But those, let me tell you, I liked Dustin at first, and then he slowly soured on me. He started to get selfish. Dustin is a smartass and selfish. He's like a one man. He puts himself before everyone else. I'm not into Dustin. I was Team Dustin, and then he put everyone in danger for his own. It's dumb. I'm talking about Stranger Things too much, but that's why I got it up there. I love it.
Yeah, I mean it's the hype of what you know from season 4, how amazing that season was, and
You got to see how they pull it off.
I already know it is better than the previous one that got bad reviews, just because people are
Yeah,
putting
there's.
it number 1. Like some people are putting it
I
number
mean,
1. So I mean that says
if
something.
they drop the ball, if they drop the ball last time, then there's nowhere else to go but up.
Right.
And
But I swear I better
I got,
see Eddie playing that guitar on top of the trailer with Metallica blaring. I better see that. I better see some demo bats. I want to see Max floating up in the air. I want to see some bodies being like all freaking mangled in. I want to see Chrissy on the ceiling of that trailer. They got to pull all that stuff off, man. They can't.
I hope they balance it out with the Vecna stuff because Vecna could just steal the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Balance it out.
I
I
bet
want a
you
trail
I
mix.
bet you this house is going to be very very Vecna heavy just because that's the villain. There's not really a whole lot of Demogorgons, but that is our HHN32 hype list. I guarantee you this list is going to change very very dramatically uh when we get to
Yeah.
our final rankings, just because there's so many good houses this year that it's definitely going to change. No doubt about it. This is where we're at now, and I'm really looking forward to getting out there to the event at the very, very last week.
And I'm not gonna pitch it now, but I just a preview. I got a juicy pitch for next time, so stay tuned. Just know it involves dinosaurs and vampires,
Oh,
as you were.
okay, little tease there, little tease. All right.
Yeah.
Real quick, we'll kind of skim through the scare zones. We didn't make any hype lists for the scare zones, but my most anticipated one is definitely Vamp 69. I'm really looking forward to that zone. I love Vamp 85. I didn't get to
Yeah.
see 55, but this one's going to be great. It's in the New York area. It's a big zone. the vibe's going to be great. 60s hippies, all that stuff, and the videos I've seen, it looks amazing. The actors are going hard in there, and it's going to be a fun time to just hang out in there.
The hype is real.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Dr. Oddfellow's collection of horrors scare zone, although that's like not very high on people's hype lists. I'm just excited to experience Dr. Oddfellow, and then Jungle of Doom, I think is the other one for sure. So it's Dr. Oddfellow's like origins. That's like the furthest back that they go with him.
Caveman.
To where they
Caveman Oddfellow.
That would be interesting, but no, it's where he finds his skull of immortality for the cane or whatever, and the monsters I've seen in this jungle scare zone are really cool. And I'm no spoilers. I'm not going to describe them, but they're really freaking cool. What's your most anticipated zone? Like number one, what's the one you're most excited for?
No, obviously Vamp 69. That's gonna be tight. I mean, you can't go wrong. The vibes are there. You got the hippies and the monsters. There's gonna be blood. It's got to be bloody.
Oh yeah. But with that said, my most anticipated thing of all of HHN32 has got to be David S. Pumpkins. It's got to be.
That's number one. Okay.
Oh,
you gotta bring a volleyball with a bloody hand. Just see what he does. Wilson.
So it is confirmed that David S. Pumpkins is at the Peacock Bar, and he appears there throughout the night. And he only says like 3 things, like from the skit. Like he just does that one skit, and that's all he does, and he'll just scurry over to another person over and over again, and it's so cringe. And he doesn't break character. Like he's doing a great job at it, but it's so cringy. I can't believe they haven't like said, all right, he's done, he's going away. Like he's still there. He's still, I mean, good for him. I mean, that's.
Well, I hope the skeleton cohorts are there too. The Bobby Moynihan.
They're not, unfortunately.
No,
I know people are upset about that.
We'll do it. We'll dress as them. Can you imagine? We'll dress as them and take a picture with David.
Wait. I just remembered. I saw a meme that I screenshotted. I gotta find it really quick. Oh my gosh. That was about David S. Pumpkins at Horror Nights.
What if he's a demon and he's just visiting? He could show up behind you anywhere. You're at the urinal. You're standing at the urinal. David S. Pumpkins behind you.
Okay, I found it. Somebody tweeted, I can't wait for the part where we learn that this man was never hired by Universal and he's never seen again.
Oh my god.
Like this guy heard about the rumors of David S. Pumpkins. So he just comes in a suit to Horror Nights every night.
That's the best theory. I like that one.
Yeah. And then
that turns him into what?
Somebody retweeted that one, and they put HHN Creative watching all the footage of David S. Pumpkins, and this is the little GIF.
Where did you find this guy? Me. I thought you hired him.
He just showed up. Oh man.
Oh man, I'm not actually that hyped about seeing him, but I'm definitely gonna try to catch him at some point. And then there's the Megan Horde. That is also confirmed. They appear in a couple of places throughout the night. And yeah, that's going to be a fun thing to catch.
That's the cluster of clones from Drake and Josh, yeah?
Yes.
Megan.
Yes, it's not Blumhouse's Megan. It's Drake.
That'd be scarier.
Miranda Cosgrove. And each Miranda Cosgrove, each Megan is dressed up like different Miranda Cosgrove characters.
She can do some damage. All right, more than the Megan robot.
All right, I guess we're gonna end the episode right there. Yeah, we can't wait to experience HHN32. Let us know your thoughts, what you're hyped for. Let us know in the comments, and the reviews, and the tweets, anything. Just let us know what you're most excited for, what's great at the event, what's not, what's in between. and how much you really love David S. Pumpkins, because we know you do.
And hashtag bring back Bill and Ted or else.
It was a good show. Bring it back. Come on.
Bill and Ted or else. Bill and Ted or else. Hashtag. Be excellent to each other.
And we'll see you in the fog.
Damn right. Just wait a while, giving you the hate with your face now. Wait a while, giving you the hate with your face now. Wait a while, giving you the hate with your face now. Wait a while, giving you the hate with your face now. Wait a while.
Hey everyone, just wanted to give a quick shout out to my good friend Zach Weber, who provided our intro and outro song, Heebie Jeebies. You can listen to the full version of Heebie Jeebies on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, or anywhere where you listen to your favorite music. Thanks for listening.